Hey guys, welcome back to Whitty's Gear Reviews. Today we're going to look at a couple things that I got off of Amazon. Two I bought, one was sent in by one of our subscribers here on the channel. And we'll get more into that when we actually get to that knife itself. So what we have is just some things I've seen a couple people do reviews on. They talked about how good the knives were. Never heard of these brands. And let me start by saying, guys, I like knives. I collect knives. Don't beat me up so bad if I say something wrong, because I am not a knife expert. By no means. I'm showing you, I do gear reviews. Anybody that watches the channel know I do gear reviews. And that being said, this is part of the gear that I review, right? I'm no expert. Don't claim to be. But I'm learning as I go, just like a lot of people. So don't beat me up too bad if I say something and it's not, okay? What we're going to start looking at first is a company, and I'm going to probably, all these names are weird names, that's why I picked these knives. This is by a company called Shooziz? I don't know. If you know what it is, let me know. But that's Shooziz. I could be wrong. That's what I'm calling it. It's a Shooziz. Now, real quick on this knife is, this is all they're calling it doesn't have a name. It just says EDC folding chef knife. Chef knife being the key words there. Let's jump into it and kind of look it over real quick and see what we got. Just comes in a plain box. Knives and tools. Caution, sharp edge, handle with care. Made in China. D2, green micarta. Alright, let's see it for ourselves. So you got a brown box. Inside of a brown box. Inside of like a burlap sack. That's kind of unique. I like that. With a... This thing feels giant. Oh, it's got their little logo embossed on there. That's a nice touch. That's pretty cool. And it is a bigger than normal cleaning cloth. And then you have their important information. It's about the knife. Anything special. It looks like care instructions. And then registering your knife for any kind of warranty. Shows pictures of this, but that's not what we've got in here. So that's just I guess a generic picture and instructions. So now that we've got all this out of the way, let's go ahead and pull the knife out. Come on. And I can tell you this knife is gigantic. Just a quick reference, let's look at something that maybe everybody knows. Let's go ahead and put it against CJRB Praxis. It's almost that size without being open. And we'll go over some specs, but you can see that this is a big knife. It is a front flipper. That's pretty stout. Let's see if we can get it this way. Flings out there pretty decent for a big blade. It's got a nice, that's actually a pretty nice stone wash to it. It's a pretty blade. A little bit of logoing there and there. But I really like these green micarta handles. Little bit of jimping way back here, which it's such a big knife, I guess I get it. Nothing really up here. You do have a little finger choil there and here. Big thumb hole to flick. I don't know if it blade will flick with. I don't know. It comes out easier like that. It deploys a lot easier. I'll try to Spidey flick it if it might be too big. Nope. So I've got to check this thing to see if it's actually on bearings. It feels like it's on bearings. Because it comes out of there very smooth. Thing's a beast. I mean, you can put all kind of fingers on that. That's a 7-finger knife. But a nice blade profile. These things, from what I hear, come super sharp. And all we're going to do is just a paper test, guys. I'm not going to cut no rope. I'm not a knife, I guess, full review guy. I'm just going to show you the knife, tell you what I paid for it, and show you that it'll slice through paper. And this is thicker paper, guys. This isn't your standard, paper. This is journal paper, so it's a little thicker. But that doesn't mean anything. I mean, most knives, when you get them out of the box, should cut through paper. If it's not, sharpen it till it does. Not a bad knife. Thing's huge. It comes with this little, I wouldn't say that's paracord. It's like a nylon cord, lanyard, the lanyard hole. It's got a fairly deep clip. Really good spring retention. Shouldn't fall out of your pocket. But for such a big knife, this thing's skinny. Well, look at that. For a big knife, that knife is really narrow, which I like. I mean, it fits good in the hand because it's got a fairly wide handle if you'll look at the handle. So being narrow but wider, man, that's a nice feeling. I like the way the knife feels. I like the way it functions. I like the way it looks. So just some quick specs on this knife, guys. They're calling this like I said, the EDC folding chef knife. Okay. D2 steel blade between a 59 and a 61 HRC. It's got the stonewash finish, micarta handles with the lanyard hole and the wide finger hole. It is easier to flick it open this way, guys. Or, my bad. Well, was easier to flick it open that way than it is to use this. For some odd reason, if I feel comfortable, I'm up here and I know that's gonna hit my finger. So you got to kind of choke down on it. And I think any knife that you have to make sure your hands are positioned perfectly, I wouldn't use that here. I can do this almost, blindfolded. I like the reverse flick on most of my knives anyways, if possible. So works great for that. Good knife. This knife right now on Amazon is coming in at $32.99. That might be a little bit more, more for most, but I think it's worth it for such a big knife, and it's well made with quality materials. Let's talk about dimensions on this knife. Overall length, 9.88 inches from tip to rear. You're looking at a 4.1 inch blade, a 5.59 inch handle. The blade thickness is 2.5 millimeter. Now, one thing I'm going to say is they have two versions of this knife, and I've read two different things. I think this is a higher end model because in the listing they have micarta with ball bearings and a price, and they also have G10 with brass washers and a price. The way this feels to me is it feels like ball bearings, and I would imagine maybe the step down if you go to the G10 handles has washers instead of ball bearings. Not 100% sure. Also, in the description it says 59 to 61 HRC in one spot and 59 to 60 HRC in 3 other spots. So let's just call it 59 to 60 because that was listed most. But that's that one there for you. It's a nice knife. I love it. I love the micarta handles, and I like the way it feels for a big knife. The second thing we're going to look at, and I'll probably butcher the way this is called too, or named, it's a Cahoo. What? Cahoo. That might be the name. I don't know. For y'all out there, let me know what that says if you know what it is. Yep, no pronunciation on the back. So they're not going to help me anyways. And even if I did know what that was called, everybody's seen my channel, I'm probably going to mispronounce it anyhow. Moving on. I like the green and black box. It's kind of nice, I guess. This is a fixed blade. Oh, Captain Obvious, I guess you can see that now. But this is a Cahoo, which is, the model number is a Cahoo .005. And they're basically, doesn't have a name. It's called the Fixed Blade Tactical Knife. D2 blade, G10 handle, with a lanyard hole, Kydex sheath, with the tech lock. That's adjustable by the thickness of your belt. You can move these little pieces there to figure out the thickness of your belt. If you don't like those, you can just take them out. Totally up to you. Once you snap it on your belt, you can press that and you lock it. You can press the button, it's not going to come open. Push back down there, hear it click, now you can open it. I would imagine by looking at it, it's reversible, so you could carry it left or right-handed. You can take this off, flip it over the other side, carry it on whichever side of your body you want to. And let's get to looking at it. Let's see. That's my hand rubbing on the Kydex, but there is nothing loose about that knife whatsoever. In the Kydex sheet, so it's got a good lockup inside of there. Let's pull it out and look at the knife itself. I don't think there's, alright, other than right there, they put everything on one side of the knife. There's her name, D2 steel, your blade profile, and if you can get a good look at the handle material there. And then the thickness of the knife, the curve, the lanyard hole. I like the finish on this knife. I think it's got a great look to it. I mean, just look at. Here's a pocket knife and a fixed blade knife. That thing's a beast, man. But I like it. I think it's cool. So some specs on this thing. And this thing is I will tell you right now, in my opinion, just by holding it, feeling the weight, looking at the materials, if you see this video, jump out and get one. If you like fixed blade knives, Kydex sheath, G10 handles, D2 steel, this is a killer deal right now. These knives are typically $26.99. Right now, and I just checked it before this video, they've got a 40% off coupon that puts this thing down to $17.53. Personal opinion, at the price and what you get so far, even though I like this, it is the best knife on the table. Let's get into some of the specs on this thing. Overall length, you're looking at 7.9 inches. You got a 4-inch blade. Your blade's thickness is 4.72 is the thickness on that blade. You've got your jimping that runs up little over a 1/2 inch onto the blade. It does index well. That feels super comfortable. The only downside I see with the knife, I'm not gonna say the weight. It's probably equivalent to a lot of other knives that are fixed blade that are this thick. This thing comes in at 276 grams, but that is the only thing that I have. I guess I'm not going to call it a problem. I'm just going to say, man, you couldn't have gave me a 1/4 inch more. I have bigger hands, and I'm not saying that it's bad, but the way it curves right here, kind of makes my pinky, if you can see there, when I'm gripping it, it kind of makes me want to grip it off to the side, and I rather have a good hold. I guess I can push my fingers together, but I would have to push my fingers together. My natural grip would be pick the knife up, grab it, and my pinky starts sliding off to the side. That would be the only thing that I see as a negative on this knife. Everything else about it, totally love it. I think it's a great size overall for a small fixed blade knife. You could do a lot with it. It doesn't have a sharp 90-degree spine, so you would have to make a 90-degree spine if you wanted to use it for a fire starter, fire striking with a flint, ferro rod. But other than that, it's a killer knife, especially at $17.53. So that's knife number 2. We're gonna pull it up so I don't cut myself as I'm showing you the other one. The last one, I just want to say shout out to one of my subscribers, one of our family members here. Shout out to Brent. Thank you so much. Brent is a very loyal subscriber. We communicate back and forth, not just on the channel comments here. We also text each other and talk to each other through the Whitty's Facebook page. If y'all don't know, Whitty's does have a Facebook page. It's Whitty's Outdoor Gear Reviews. If you have longer messages, if you want to ask a question that you rather not type in the comments, is there a review you want me to do? If you have a question about, the Power Pint, where I got the patch from, anything you see. If it's a longer format and you just want to, you don't want to post it out in the comments, jump over to the Facebook, Whitty's Gear Reviews, drop me a line there. I answer everybody that leaves me a message. That being said, again, Brent, thank you so much, sir. You don't know how much it means to me that you sent this to me. This one, I think I can pronounce a little bit better. I would say it's Katsu. And somebody's probably saying, no, that's not right. To me, Katsu. That's what we're going to call it, a Katsu. This knife, I saw it, and then it was crazy how Brent reached out. He's like, hey, I'm going to send you a knife. And I'm like, man, I just saw a review on that thing. And he read my mind and sent it to me, and I thought, man, that's awesome. Great minds think alike, I guess. Let's open this thing up. Huh. All right. So I guess it may not have I don't remember. Does it have a pocket clip? Let's take it out. It's got another one of those burlap little sacks. I like these sacks for random things. I usually, when I get a knife that comes in a sack or a case or whatever, I usually put it back, that stuff back in the box. And it just stays there. I don't use them, really, for anything yet. I mean, there might be something later that I could probably put my fire 6-inch ferro rod in here. That'd be pretty nice. You could wax canvas it. All you need is a little beeswax and some regular paraffin wax. 50-50, mix that together. Melt it, of course. Brush it on with a paintbrush. Real good. Let it sit. Come back with a hair dryer or a wallpaper stripper gun, heat gun. Melt it into the fabric, and you've somewhat waterproofed it. All right, let's look at this thing. That's a cool looking knife. I don't know if you can see it. It looks like bamboo. Just the little ridges in there. It kind of looks like one of those knives you'd have seen back in the old barber shops. Like we're going to shave somebody with it. But that's a really cool looking knife. This one's not a deep carry pocket clip. It's got a cool little long bow to it. Great retention though. I like how the screws are on the outside. They're not in the pocket hole. Not reversible. Oh, it's a one-sided pocket clip. Guys, I know that you knife guys are probably like, that ain't how you do it. I'm not good at these things. I've never had a lot of knives that flip this way. See, my finger's getting in the way. How do you do it? This? Oh, that ain't very comfortable. I don't know. Somebody's going to have to show me something. See, because it keeps hitting my thumb, and this knife handle's not big enough to go way down here. Or that just feels awkward. But, cool knife. And there's no other way to flick this one, so you're stuck with this little mechanism here. I'm going to practice with this thing till I can get it. There we go. Hey, look at there. But little logoing there, deeper down towards the center of the blade. Nice rounded over. You've got jimping on top of the front flipper. You got a liner lock here. This one also, I forgot to say, but that one had a liner lock as well. Really good lockup. This one, they're saying, I don't think they say. I would imagine, I didn't see it in anything that I read, that this has just brass washers. I don't know, maybe if I play with it a little bit more, it doesn't seem as smooth. Well, there, it's getting better. And the more I mess with it, it seems to be loosening up a little bit. See, I could loosen this thing up. It's on there very tight. Let's loosen this thing up and see if we can't get it to flip out a little bit better. That's a lot better. Just a slight, yeah, that's a lot better. Still solid, no play. And just a small little turn. And you've got a knife that'll do something. So that's a lot better. Little tight from the factory. Let's go ahead and talk about length on this guy. And like I said, this is not a deep carry pocket clip per se, because you have over a half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch sticking out. Gives you something to grab onto. You have a liner lock. These are G10 handles, by the way. This one is also made out of D2 steel. This thing comes in at $49.99. Right now there's a 5% coupon, so you're looking at $47.49. Katsu is a Japanese company, but they have manufacturing facilities in China and Hong Kong, so take that for what it is. I don't think it's 100%. It might be Japanese, I guess made, but maybe not assembled, or maybe not. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not going to tell you either way. It is a nice knife. It is super sharp, like everything else. We didn't test this one, I'd imagine. This is a big knife, but this is extremely sharp compared to... Maybe I didn't... Try this again. Yeah, they're about the same. It all depends on the technique, on how you cut paper. And my technique is far from professional grade. I just, cut through paper. Everything's falling down. All right, so that's your 3 knives, guys. Let's go over the specs on this one. G10 handles with the bamboo styling. It is a liner lock. Has a 3-inch blade, 4.5-inch handle, 7.5 inches overall. And it's a front flipper as well. It's probably, it's quite a bit thicker, if you can see, than this other knife. But with a smaller handle and a smaller knife, I guess the thicker feels good in the hand. Again, your jimping is more towards the back here. Nothing really up here. a decent sized sharpening tool up there. This one has a little baby sharpening tool. But the smallest knife on the table, and it's the most expensive. One thing I noticed about this is this has the double bevel edge. I guess I see that. Yeah. But that's the 3 knives. Now that we're not flicking things around, we'll kind of lay them out. And again, guys, that's just oil. And again, guys, you're looking at the Shooziz is $32.99. The Katsu $47.49 with the coupon. And this thing with coupon, 40% off coupon, is $17.53. Again, just my honest opinion. For the money, if you want a fixed blade, this is the best knife on the table. By far. If you want a fixed blade. If you want a mobile chef's knife, like, I mean, I know that's the hot thing right now. Everybody's got to have an EDC chef knife. If you're looking for an EDC chef knife, that's your tool right there. That thing is a beast. I love it. I really like it. That thing's just a chopper, man. And if you're looking for something that's a little bit more refined, has a little styling to it, good quality, real nice blade other than all my fingerprints on it. That's a good quality knife. Those are your 3 choices today, guys. Do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe, click all those notifications, give us a thumbs up. We are turning the corner to getting closer. We're closer now to 2,000 views than we were to 1,500. I really would like to reach that 2,000 view mark. It was a goal I set for myself about 4 months ago. And man, thank you all so much for getting us as far as we are now. I think we're sitting at 1,900. Yeah, we still got 100 to go, but hey, it's about to be a new month. Let's see what that brings us. Anyways, guys, still 3 ways to support the channel. Buy me a coffee, Whitty's merch, memberships. If you feel like helping, it's a good way to do it. Again, long format questions or just questions in general that you do not want to put in the comments, or if you just want to start a thread back and forth with questions, ideas, anything like that, hit us up on the YouTube page or at the Facebook page, Whitty's Gear Reviews. Anyways, guys, love y'all. See you on the next one.